Your person sees you in a way that goes beyond surface-level admiration. To them, you are breathtaking, beautiful not just in appearance, but in the depth of your soul. They recognize how rare and special you are, and they find themselves in awe of your strength, your grace, and the quiet confidence you now carry with you. They have been observing your transformation, watching as you've grown into someone even more self-assured, radiant, and grounded. It's something that amazes them, something they can't help but be drawn to. But alongside this admiration lies a deep and growing concern. They've started to feel a distance between the two of you, a shift in the way you engage with them and in how much of yourself you now offer to this connection. They can feel it clearly, the warmth and attention that once flowed so freely from you is no longer the same. And while that realization hurts, they also understand why. In fact, they know that the change didn't come out of nowhere. They are beginning to accept the hard truth that their own actions, or lack thereof, played a big role in pushing you away. Your person is reflecting on the past, finally acknowledging how they were the ones who held back emotionally. They were afraid to fully commit, unsure of what they could offer, and instead of being upfront or honest about their fears, they allowed that uncertainty to play out through inconsistent behavior. One moment they were all in, the next they were distant or detached. And through this back and forth, they left you confused and emotionally unsettled. They now realize that you are constantly left trying to navigate their mixed signals, always wondering where you stood, always questioning if you were enough. What breaks them the most right now is the understanding that while they were giving only pieces of themselves to the connection, you were showing up wholeheartedly. You were putting in real effort, emotionally, mentally, and even spiritually, to nurture what you thought could grow into something meaningful. And now they see it clearly, you were all in, while they were only half present. That imbalance, that lack of emotional reciprocity, created a silent fracture between you both, one they ignored for too long. In looking back, they also recognize the times you were emotionally vulnerable, reaching out in need of comfort, support, or simply to be seen and heard. And yet, they weren't there. They were either too wrapped up in their own struggles or too afraid to open up. They know now how much that hurt you. They see how you began to pull back, not out of pettiness, but out of self-protection. It wasn't that you stopped caring, it was that you had to care for yourself first. Now, your person is sitting with the weight of all this awareness. They feel heartbroken, not just because they miss you, but because they now understand the role they played in pushing you away. They feel like they've ruined something that could have been incredibly special. They're mourning not just your presence, but the opportunity they lost to build something real and lasting with you. It's only in hindsight that they can truly appreciate how much love, energy, and sincerity you brought into this relationship. Regret is setting in deeply. They wish they had been more present, more vulnerable, and more willing to meet you halfway. They wish they had communicated better, chosen consistency over confusion, and made you feel safe instead of uncertain. Because now, they're beginning to see that you were never asking for too much, you were simply asking for the kind of love and commitment you were already giving. And while they feel remorseful, there is also a sense of helplessness. They're not sure if it's too late to fix things, or if the damage done has already changed the course of this connection permanently. They know that healing doesn't happen overnight, and that trust, once broken, takes time and effort to rebuild. But if they could go back and do things differently, they would. They would show up with the clarity and consistency you always deserved. Right now, they are sitting with the consequences of their choices, haunted by the realization that they may have lost someone truly irreplaceable. And while they may not have all the answers, what they do have is a heart full of remorse, and a newfound understanding of just how deeply you mattered to them all along. Before I met you, I used to laugh at people who said they were in love. I genuinely believed it was some exaggerated emotion people clung to out of fear of being alone. I would scoff at couples who claimed they had found the one and thought love was just a temporary illusion, a romanticized idea built up by movies, songs, and novels. I didn't believe in the concept of soulmates. I thought people who chased love were setting themselves up for heartbreak or disappointment. To me, love felt like a fantasy that didn't belong in the real world, until you walked into mine. Meeting you changed everything. Slowly, without even realizing it, my perspective began to shift. It wasn't sudden or dramatic, it was the kind of change that creeps up on you when you least expect it. I started noticing how my heart felt lighter around you, how your presence brought me peace even in the middle of chaos. You became my calm, my comfort, and my home. It was in the quiet moments, in the simplest conversations, and in the way you looked at me that I began to understand what love really meant. You showed me a version of love that's real, raw, vulnerable, and powerful. I didn't just fall in love with you, I discovered love through you. You made me believe in things I had long dismissed. You broke down my walls, not with force, but with patience, care, and a kind of authenticity that couldn't be ignored. You made me see that love isn't about grand gestures or perfect moments, it's about connection, understanding, and growing together even through uncertainty. I can now say with confidence that I have found my soulmate. You are the one who makes me smile for no reason, who fills my thoughts even when you're not around. I catch myself grinning in silence, remembering something you said or the way you made me feel. That feeling, that warmth, stays with me even when I'm alone. It's not just affection, it's a deep, soul-level bond that I've never experienced with anyone else. I constantly feel the urge to be near you. It's not about dependence, it's about a natural desire to be close to the person who understands me in ways no one else ever has. This connection we share is beautiful, so beautiful, in fact, that it sometimes makes me nervous. It's rare, and it's real, and because it matters so much to me, I worry. I worry because I care so deeply. But even in that nervousness, I find a quiet confidence, because I know what we have is worth holding on to. So please, just keep moving forward. Even if the path feels uncertain or difficult, I promise I'll be right there, waiting for you. I'll catch you when you stumble. I'll support you when you're unsure. I trust you, and I trust the love we share more than anything else in this world. I know we can overcome whatever obstacles life throws our way because what we have is rooted in something genuine. That being said, I won't lie, this separation, this distance, it hurts more than I can put into words. I don't like it. In fact, I hate it. Not being able to see you, to hold your hand, or simply sit next to you feels like a part of me is missing. But even through the distance, my heart never strays. I've never taken my eyes off you, not even for a second, not emotionally, not mentally, not spiritually. I am with you, even now. Believe me when I say, I feel emotionally attached to you like no one else. You have touched my heart in a way that no one ever has, and probably no one ever will again. You've become such an essential part of my life that imagining a future without you is unbearable. I don't want to just be a chapter in your story, I want to be your whole book. I want to be there through all of life's ups and downs, holding your hand through every twist and turn. I can't and I won't let you go. You are the love of my life, the person I didn't believe existed until I met you. What we share is rare and precious, and I want to spend my life honoring that. I want to build a life with you that's full of love, laughter, growth, and understanding. I've never experienced a connection this deep, this meaningful. And the idea that I could be forgotten by you, that you could someday move on and leave me behind, fills me with a pain I don't know how to cope with. So please, hold on to me as I hold on to you. Let's keep moving forward together, even if it's one step at a time. No matter what happens, I want you to remember this: I love you with everything I have, and I always will. Your partner is coming to a painful realization, one that's been long overdue. They are finally acknowledging how their ego, pride, and repeated acts of deception have deeply damaged and sabotaged the beautiful connection you once shared. It's only now, in the silence and distance between you, that the consequences of their actions are sinking in. They are beginning to understand the weight of their mistakes, and regret has settled heavily in their heart. They can't stop thinking about how they pushed you away, how they allowed their own issues to come between something genuine and meaningful. And now, they're filled with remorse, haunted by the feeling that they've lost something irreplaceable. These thoughts have consumed them to the point of sleeplessness. Night after night, they lie awake, replaying every conversation, every argument, and every opportunity they missed to do things differently. They wish they had listened more, compromised more, and most importantly, respected your feelings instead of trying to manipulate or control the situation. There's a growing sense of emptiness inside them, a hollow space that once was filled by your presence, your energy, your love. And now that it's gone, they are struggling to cope. Your partner can feel the distance you've created, and though it hurts, they know it's a result of your fading trust. Deep down, they understand that your emotional withdrawal isn't out of spite, it's a protective measure, a way of safeguarding your heart after everything you've been through with them. And the realization that you no longer feel safe or secure with them is devastating. It forces them to confront their own behavior, the aggressive words, the arrogance, the refusal to take accountability, and it's breaking them apart inside. Despite everything, they can't stop thinking about you. You're constantly on their mind, almost to the point of obsession. There's a persistent, nagging urge to reach out, to send messages, to call, to explain everything that's been left unsaid. They replay all the ways they could try to make amends, even if it feels like it might be too late. In their heart, no one else compares to you. You are the one they see as their perfect match, the one who truly understood them, even when they didn't deserve it. There's no substitute for the connection they felt with you, and they're starting to understand just how rare and special it truly was. What they want now is a second chance, a new beginning. They're yearning for a fresh cycle with you, one where honesty, respect, and mutual understanding can take root. They don't want to carry the weight of past arguments and misunderstandings into the future. Instead, they want to face them, talk through them, and heal together. It's not just about fixing things on the surface. They want to dig deeper, to rebuild the trust they broke, and to prove that they've learned from their mistakes. They know it won't be easy, and they understand that forgiveness doesn't come automatically. But they're willing to put in the effort if it means there's even the slightest chance of reconnecting with you. They know you're still upset. They can feel the anger lingering in the silence, in the distance, in your cautious responses, or maybe even in your complete lack of response. They're beginning to recognize how their aggressive and arrogant behavior pushed you to your limit. And while they might not have seen it clearly in the moment, they now understand just how much damage their actions caused. That awareness is painful, but it's also a necessary step in their growth. Now, they are left feeling incredibly empty. Everything they did, the arguments, the power plays, the avoidance, has led them to this place of solitude and regret. And in that emptiness, all they can see is the outline of what they lost. They miss your laughter, your support, the comfort of knowing you were there. They miss the way you made them feel seen, heard, and valued, even when they didn't show you the same. There's a sense of longing in them now, a deep yearning not just to have you back, but to become someone worthy of being by your side. They're not just missing you, they're beginning to miss the version of themselves they were when they were with you. You inspired growth in them, whether they admitted it or not. And now, as they face the consequences of their actions alone, they realize just how much they've lost, not just in you, but in the person they were trying to become. There's a shift happening within your partner, and though it may have come too late, it's sincere. Whether or not you choose to give them another chance, they are finally learning the hard lesson that love can't survive where ego and dishonesty thrive. And now, more than anything, they wish they could go back and choose differently. But since they can't, all they want is the opportunity to start over, if not with a guarantee of love, then at least with the chance to apologize, to grow, and maybe one day, to make things right.